weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Dawn of DC book, Shazam #1, written by Mark Waid with art by Dan Mora. Most people I talk to down at the Five and Dime, they love Mark Waid and Dan Mora's World's Finest book because it's so damn fun and looks so damn great. So, why expect anything less from this Shazam book, right? Well, I'm a little bit torn because while it certainly shows readers how cool and fun Shazam is, it does ignore a lot of what happened to the character over the past bunch of years to get there. We'll talk about that in a second, but before we do that, let me ask you all to subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, like the video, enable the notifications, and let me know what you think of Shazam #1 in the comments below. Now, I dare anybody to find a cold open as fun as the one in this issue. Billy saving a young alien T-Rex, fixing a flying saucer, and then having sus tea with alien dinosaurs is great. Seriously, I even cracked a smile, and I'm a miserable prick. This beginning is what I kept saying was missing from, say, the recent Blue Beetle miniseries. Mark Waid is showing you why you should love Shazam, and Dan Mora's making it look great. And in that Blue Beetle miniseries, I kept saying each issue, I'm not being told or shown why Blue Beetle's so great, why this is going. Ends up where you're handicapping the character, and you end up starting this off with just pretty much a dissertation of, hey, this book's going to be a lot of fun. Come on, jump on board and let's have fun with Shazam and everything in this book. And I thought it started out great. For those not in the know, we also get the champions that make up the magic word Shazam, and you get to see kind of the basis, the foundation of what it is in a Shazam book, what makes Shazam, Billy, all of that, as we head off to Billy's ultimate clubhouse, the Rock of Eternity. Now, this is where, if you've been reading along with anything that Billy's done since Death Metal, things get a bit wonky. Before I continue, though, I'm not saying that having the Rock of Eternity shift from the center of time and space, sink into hell, and eventually becoming lodged in Billy's chest ever was fully explained or made sense. It was complete bullshit, but it was bullshit that happened. It was the reason Billy couldn't share the power of Shazam with his family and even led to Freddy almost dying. I'm really glad. I'm glad that crap is over. But I expected Mark Waid to come up with a clever way to move on from it, not just ignore it completely. As an example of what I'm talking about, most Wally West fans wish that DC would forget about Heroes in Crisis, right? Oh, Heroes in Crisis just never happened. But instead of ignoring it, Jeremy Adams made it better, and when he did that and took Wally out of any sort of responsibility for deaths, all that, it was one of the best things of his entire run, if not the last bunch of years in general. You can end up fixing bullshit and actually make your thing that much better. But Mark Waid just kind of ignores things. Now, listen, I know that this sort of thing happens all the time, and continuity often gets twisted and turned to make things work better. But some of the things that are turned and twisted happened last week. I'm telling you, and were part of the setup for this book, which I'll get to in a minute. And I know I'm sounding very negative here. I still did like the issue, so just wait till the end. The issue continues with Billy promising Freddy he will figure out what's wrong with sharing the power, now being blamed on the Lazarus Rain, and verifying that Mary has her own unique power of Shazam and showing that Billy is not just the world's mightiest mortal, but also just a kid. And those things are great. I usually don't like social media stuff in comics. But Billy having a sponsored fan cast talking about how great and fun Shazam is really cool and is a fun, updated Peter Parker Spider-Man type of thing that I really did love. But now, back to me being a Jimmy Downer. By the end of the issue, Shazam saves a family, and when they hug him and say how much of a hero he is, he flips out, putting them down, berating them, and being very un-Shazam-like. This was kind of set up earlier in the issue where it looks like the Wizard, with maybe an unknown buddy, is up to no good because he thinks Billy is being selfish with the power and not pushing how great the gods are. I hope this is some sort of dupe, because that sounds exactly what the Reign of the Gods event was about. You know, the story that ended last week with Billy admitting he'd been a bit selfish and the wizard apologizing to Billy for teaming up with the gods and going against him. It's very odd a week later to have almost reset, like nobody, especially the wizard, even remembers that happened. I don't know. I did see some people saying, well, you know, just like World's Finest, maybe this is set in a little bet. No. It references Lazarus Planet. So no, this isn't in any sort of weird, ambiguous past. This is a Dawn of DC book in continuity going forward. And all of that said, right, I still really like this issue. I just wish that Mark Waid would have explained things and made them work out in a clever way rather than just ignoring them. And seriously, if you're going to just pretend things never happened, just let Billy and Mary share the power so we get the Shazamily right off the bat. There's no reason, if you're going to just shove almost everything aside, let us have the Shazam family. I'm sure we'll get there eventually, but still. If you are jumping onto this book fresh, I think you'll love it. I think you will love it. And even if you are a bit annoyed at the continuity like me, there's no denying that this is a fun first issue that looks awesome and is very, very easy to recommend. Now, I got all that off my chest, right? I'm going to pack it away, and I promise I won't harp on this going forward until I do, right? I'm still going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. And seriously, if you didn't read the past stuff, or you really don't care about it, or you don't care about continuity, I think you could add a full point to that score. I just had to pull it down because of that. I'm glad we're getting rid of it. It was all nonsense, but it still happened. And I hate when you end up reading things through years, and then all of a sudden you're just, well, it was just ignored. Oh, well. But seriously, I still really did enjoy it. I still think it's fun. I still feel like it's one of those books like Green Arrow from last week that really has a good Dawn of DC feel to it. It's what I hope most of these Dawn of DC books get to eventually. They're fun stories. They have family involved. All of that all rolled up into one. And Dan Mora is just incredible. The art is just impeccable. I was trying to think of something else to say, and I didn't want to just say awesome. It's really good. So I do still recommend it, just the nitpicks of kind of ignoring things in the past. But that's that. Thanks, everybody. I hope you liked the review. Hope you liked the video. And please subscribe, like, enable. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And just as a last second deal, if you want to hear more discussion and a more detailed discussion, you know, going through books that may end up reviews being something like a 30 minutes to an hour long even. I mean, that might sound crazy, but if you want that, that's what we do on our DC Comics podcast. You can check out the show notes here to see links to all that. And just check out Everything Weird Science is what I say. But thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you all later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.